Hey everybody, how you doing? Jeff here with a Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin video. I didn't have a chance to play the first round of the demo a couple months ago, but they just had a second round this past week or two, and I did jump in on that, and I have to say I'm really, really glad I did. Been a Final Fantasy fan for a long time, and this is a fun game. This is a good demo, a lot of good action RPG elements that you would look for. Graphics are pretty beautiful, as you can see, some cool cutscenes throughout. Here we're going to enter into the Chaos Shrine, this ancient dungeon, and it'll pan down and show the characters. I'm not sure what's up with their modern clothes, but maybe that'll be explained in the story. It's got treasure, of course, lots of loot in Final Fantasy games. Enemies can drop lots of stuff. There's treasure chests around, and then you can pop into a menu here, and you'll see some of the basic layout of it. The right side, it's got classic attributes like strength, agility, and stamina, and whatnot. The left side is where you're going to equip your different pieces of gear, weapons, and whatnot. In the top left, you can see I'm the swordsman class right now, but in the menu here like this, or just out in gameplay battling enemies, you can quickly flip back and forth between two classes. So like right there, I just flipped to duelist, and it's just that easy during gameplay too. So it's really fluid and really smooth to switch between the different classes and abilities. So here I'm going to cast a spell. I really like the spell system too, that little wheel there to choose your element quickly and to move the targeting reticule around, very handy. Here we'll check out some of the different enemies. There were two areas that I tried in the game, and there were a really good set of enemies in each area. Diverse enemies, different abilities, different elements, different weaknesses. So combat felt really fresh all the time and engaging. It definitely didn't get boring at all. And the demo even had a couple of the iconic Final Fantasy enemies you'd expect, like Cactrot and Bomb. Right there, I just stole that Bat's ability, which is another cool feature. You can steal enemies' abilities to use against them, even. And the levels that were included in the demo were really well designed, I thought. There's definitely some vertical change in them and a lot of interactive environments, which I appreciated. It felt like you were really changing the world to progress. So there's a ladder shortcut, or here after a kind of a mini boss fight, it seems like there's nowhere to go, but you break through here and it opens up a brand new path to go towards that you didn't even realize was there before. And then in this next one, you kind of see this big tower off in the distance, and you think, wow, I'm so far away, there's no way I can get to it. But again, there was a good battle sequence that you went through, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to knock over this tower, cool little cutscene thrown in there, and now we've got a new path that we can progress through the story. And then the environments were interactive through magic too. Here you can see some bomb enemies just light everything on fire. My very intelligent teammates rush in there and get burnt, almost die. But you can also use magic to interact as well. So here you can cast a fire spell on these dead leaves to open up this path to a hidden chest. And I'm curious to see if like lightning or ice would affect water in other areas. Didn't have a chance to try that out, but that could be a really cool feature also. And then I definitely have to talk about the job system. So it's similar to the original game where you would start as basic classes and then progress into more powerful ones. So here under the swordsman class, you can eventually progress into a warrior or a knight once you power up enough. Here the pugilist class, you can transform into a monk or a thief eventually. And each of these classes are unlocked as you just pick up a new weapon. Like you start as the swordsman class in the game, and then as you pick up a different weapon type, it unlocks the ability to try out the new ones. So here's the mage class, which was really powerful. Can eventually work into red mage, black mage, or white mage. And then the duelist class is also part of working towards the thief because it requires duelist and pugilist. There's a lancer class, which I believe works its way up to dragoon. And then I was able to upgrade my swordsman class enough to unlock the warrior class. So as you can see, it's got a whole separate tree with additional abilities and ways to power up those advanced jobs. And I did see in the menu that there's an option for multiplayer. I did not have a chance to try this, unfortunately, but this could be a really awesome one to play with your friends, especially since the AI of your teammates doesn't seem to be the brightest. It looks like it'll be teams of three, since your party is always a team of three. But with all the different options, the different mixing and matching of the jobs and the abilities and the weapons and whatnot, I'm really looking forward to trying this out with my friends. But we will have to wait a little while at least. It's currently scheduled to come out in March of next year, but I am looking forward to it, especially the multiplayer. Seems like it'll be a lot of fun to get in there with some friends and save the world again, just like we did in the original game. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it. Anybody else, please share your thoughts. If you played the demo or if you didn't play the demo, throw some comments down there, what you liked, what you didn't. I mainly played the swordsman and the mage class. Mage especially seemed really powerful, and that seemed to be a pretty good combo. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.